You will not be able to withstand the light which now is on a tower just above your palace. What am I talking about? You reach your palace, you've seen it. It's beautiful, it's glittering. Suddenly you see this light that is shining down, and beautiful light that covers your whole entire property. It's not the sun. It's not special light coming from above. You look up into that tower, and in that beautiful tower, there is your spouse, your wife, is waiting for you there. So our sisters who enter Jannah, are you walking to your palace, or are you actually escorted to your palace and then you are placed there to wait for your spouse who is about to come and meet you? So in other words, maybe you are there and you are clothed and given the beautiful jewelry. The makeup of Jannah is placed on you. You are prepared for your groom who is about to approach. And you're waiting to see his face and how you're going to be attractive to him. You know, the nature of men and women. This is the nature of men and women. Women love to beautify themselves to attract their husbands first. Even though the husbands also attract their wives. But in the first stage, the woman loves to beautify herself as in her nature. So imagine you've entered now, and there are servants of yours in your palace. You've beaten your husband there, and they've prepared you and put all this makeup on you. In fact, in Jannah, what is makeup? Is it fake up? As we call it in Israel, I call it fake up. No. What is the makeup in Jannah? You don't need any makeup. The makeup of Jannah is the way Allah has created your face. And now I would like to describe just a little bit of the women of Jannah. The women of Jannah, the women who enter Jannah from this world are indescribable. I cannot describe them. The hadiths and the ayat in the Quran have not described the women of this world who enter Jannah. But what have they described? They described the women who are created in Jannah, the Hur al-Ain. As for the descriptions of the women who enter Jannah, they are beyond their beauty. Forget it. They will look like they were just insignificant, just a little pearl they wear around their neck. That's all it is, really. So the Hur in Jannah, the women of Jannah, Ar-Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, وَلَا نَصِيبُ رَأْسِهَا. The tiara. Ever heard of a tiara? A crown or a tiara of a princess or of a queen? So the crown or a tiara that she wears on her head. Not even talking about her head. We're talking about the tiara, the crown that she wears on her head. From her beauty, خَيْرٌ مِّنَ الدُّنْيَا وَمَا عَلَيْهَا. Ar-Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, it is better than the whole world and everything that's on it. In another hadith, which is also sahih, he said, if her face were to be shown to the people of the world, there will be a world war over her. There will be a world conflict over this one woman. Forget about all these beauty pageants that are elected and voted for. Forget about all the women that you've ever heard about or seen in this world. They are not even worth, wallahi, an atom's worth of span's length of a thread of hair of the women of Jannah. Literally, I'm saying this, really. When you look at it, they're nothing. In another hadith, if she spat in the ocean of this world, how salty is the ocean? If she spat in the ocean of this world, it'll turn it sweet. The ocean, it'll turn it sweet. Now again, you might think to yourself, if it's that sweet, how can I bear the sweetness of her in Jannah? Again, your form and shape and your abilities in Jannah are super compared to here. They're nothing like here. Ar-Rasul, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes them in the Quran, Hur Ain, which is a word used, which is familiar to the Arabs of the deserts at that time. These words, Hur Ain, were revealed in the Meccan verses, when the people lived in Mecca, the Muslims in Mecca, before they migrated. So he's talking first to the people of the desert and the people of Mecca who understand what Hur Ain means. Hur Ain, lustrous eyes, lustrous big eyes, beautiful lustrous big eyes. In another hadith, it talks about black eyes, pitch black. The iris is pitch black. Now, does this mean that all the women of Jannah have pitch black eyes? No. But talking to the people of Mecca, in the Meccan verses, it's giving an example of what they would desire. So in other words, if the Quran mentions a particular description of colors of the men or women in Jannah, it is giving only an example of what certain people can desire. So if it's talking to the people of Mecca, they desired lustrous big eyes, dark pitch black irises in a woman. So Allah says, for you, you will have that. In other words, if this is what you desire, you're going to get it. If you desire blue eyes, you're going to get it. If you desire green eyes, you're going to get green eyes. If you desire different colored eyes, you'll get them. Allah says in the Quran, وَلَهُمْ مَا تَشْتَهِي أَنفُسُهُمْ وَتَلَذُّ أَعْيُنُهُم. That explains it all. They will have in Jannah everything that their nafs, your temptations, your lusts, your desires inside of you tempt for. Anything the nafs desires for, you can have it. وَتَلَذُّ أَعْيُنُهُم. And whatever their eyes want to taste. Taladh, meaning to taste. Whatever the eye wants to taste. You know, the eye can taste, yeah? Not like the taste of the tongue. The taste of the eyes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, whatever the eye wants to taste, meaning to look at, they will have it in Jannah. So if your eyes love to taste green eyes, this is what you will have of the best. Loves to taste the look of black pitch eyes, then this is what you will get. So whatever you wish and desire, it is there for you in Jannah. But the most beautiful thing of the women of Jannah is their nur, the light that emanates from them. And they have been clothed with clothing from Jannah, harir, silk of the most finest that you could ever imagine. And their shapes and forms are, you'll read the Quran and the Hadith, you will see it. I can't talk about it here because we have young men here who are not married yet. And we have our sisters here, we don't want to offend them. And we have children here who won't understand what we say, even if we say it. Read about them whatever you want. I narrated the ayah, recited the ayah, وَلَهُمْ مَا تَشْتَهِي أَنفُسُهُمْ وَتَلَذُّ أَعْيُنُهُمْ. You'll have anything your nafs desires and whatever your eye wants to taste. That explains it all. So in other words, whatever your feelings want, whatever your eyes want, whatever your anything, it is there.